Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today we are going to be answering loads of questions that we got sent. So the first one that we're gonna do
is, how old are you? Very run-of-the-mill question. We are both 23.
Yes.
Mine's gonna be 24 in
like eight
days from today. So yeah. Right. So somebody asked, what's one thing that you enjoy about marriage? I'll let you go first.
Okay, so the thing I enjoy the most about marriage is just being able to this sounds so cringe, but actually being able to spend every day together because no, but not even in a cringe way. Like, even if we're both at work, at the end of the day, we know we're both coming home to each other and we can spend time with each other. And if we want to plan trips and do things together, it's just really easy for us to do because obviously we're married, everything's halal. So I'd say that's probably the best thing for me. It's just we always get to see each other. I'm always there.
Very good answer. I'd say along this same sort of lines, you've basically got a partner for life. You guys can go anywhere together, different countries, motives. It's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the next question is, it goes hand in hand with the other one. What's the hardest part about marriage?
Okay, the hardest part about marriage, I think, is just adjusting to sharing everything with someone. So if you've gone from having your own room, adjusting to sharing a room with another person, or sharing even the bed with the other person, just all these things, you have to take the other person into consideration. And that's something I struggle with a lot, especially at the beginning, because I feel it was so hard to go from always doing something for yourself and then having to think of the other person and try and compromise a lot with things. That's something I struggled with initially.
Good answer. I would say probably something that a lot of lads will be able to relate on is you got to realise that you're not a 23-year-old single man anymore, and what you do actually has an effect on your life. You can't finish work, then go training, then go and see your boys, then come back and go on PlayStation because you've got somebody waiting for you. So you gotta think you got somebody waiting for you. You have to manage your time well and spend time with your partner, which it sounds well, why wouldn't you spend time with your partner? But when you're used to being a 23, 22-year-old single male, you're not really bothered. But you got to adjust to the fact that, I guess it goes hand in hand with you saying adjusting to the life.
Yeah. You
got to realise that there's somebody waiting for you and you have a responsibility for that.
Instead of your schedule just being okay, today I have to do this, this is this, you have to think okay, now I have to move this around, or yeah, basically what Imran just said. Yeah.
The next one is a question that everybody asks Mariam. Nobody asks me, but everybody asks Mariam. What is your ethnicity?
So, big reveal, if you didn't already know, I'm sure most people already know because I say it all the time. So, hi, I am half Pakistani and half English. So, my mom is English and my dad was Pakistani. So, that is my ethnicity.
Cool. The reason nobody asked me is everybody knows I'm Pakistani, and it's quite obvious to tell. I would think it's quite obvious to tell. You say it's obvious to tell.
I don't know. I didn't think, when I first saw Imran before I ever spoke to him, I don't know why, I just didn't think he was Pakistani. And it's probably just me being a bit stereotypical, but...
So what do you think I was?
I just didn't think he looked like the typical Pakistani people I'd seen around uni.
But my name was Imran Khan.
But I didn't know your name, when I first saw you. No, before that, when I first saw you. What did you think I was when you first saw me?
Honestly, I had no idea what you were.
Really?
I promise you, I was so confused. I was I wasn't confused, but you didn't look white, but you didn't look Pakistani either. And I was I don't think I've ever met.
I don't think anybody would guess that though. It's just so random, innit? Who's gonna guess half white, half Pakistani? That wouldn't be my first guess to anybody.
Yeah, honestly, I genuinely had zero idea what you were.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is advice when looking for a partner. This is a deep one, I think.
I haven't even thought of my answer to this. Okay, I think my advice would be don't rush into getting married. Make sure you're 100% sure, because before you're married, you're probably gonna think, oh my god, I just really want to get married. I just loads of girls think this. They just romanticize marriage so much, and even myself before marriage, you just think, oh my god, it's gonna be so fun. Every day's so fun. We could do whatever we want. But no, you literally need to think about the person before, and you need to realize this is gonna be the father of my kids. This is gonna be the person I'm gonna see every single day for the rest of my life. So I think you need to be 100% sure and make sure you 100% know that person. you know what they're like without you, with their friends, with their family. Just make sure you're fully compatible. Obviously, you don't need to agree on everything. Like me and Imran, we've said this so many times, we do not have a lot of things in common, but our core values are the same. Like how we want to raise our kids, how we want to live our life, and like our beliefs and all of that kind of thing, they are the same. So that is something you need to make sure basically your core values are the same. That would be my advice.
I would say a big thing is to the guys, especially, is don't have this idea in your mind that I'm going to be married when I'm rich. I want to be married when I'm a millionaire. Because if your target for being married is money, that target will never be met, because you're never going to meet a monetary goal in your life, because the second you meet that goal, you forgot that that was your goal and you've got another goal. So it shouldn't be a monetary thing. As long as you can provide the basics, the very basics, get married. It's going to save you from so much wrong in the world. So get married. Do not think about, I've got to be a millionaire, I've got to make 50 grand a year, I've got to make 100 grand a year, because once you make 50 grand, you'll think of 100. When you get 100, you'll think of a million. So that'd be my advice.
That is so true. And plus, like, if you do decide to make things halal, Allah's going to put so much blessing in your marriage.
That is true.
So obviously, don't let that be like the sole reason for not getting married.
So somebody asked, what is the best country that you've visited?
I don't know, because I really liked Qatar, but then like, so basic answer. I also really love Dubai. Like, I know people always say about Dubai, it's so fake, it's so this, blah blah blah. But when I went, my experience, I just genuinely loved it. I feel like it's such a soft girl country. Like, go shopping, go drink tea, like go drink hot chocolate, whatever, with your friends. Like, it's just such a chilling on the beach, hot weather, everyone's dressed nicely, like everyone makes the effort. But then with Qatar, I really liked it because it was very peaceful. The only thing is with Qatar, I feel like it was a bit too quiet in some points. Like, sometimes you want a bit of atmosphere, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it is there, but I think there's just not a lot of population, which is nice if you want a peaceful holiday. But then sometimes, like in the evening when you want to go out and you want like that kind of vibe, I didn't really get that there. That was my only downside.
I would say, along this sort of similar lines, I'll probably say Qatar though, I'm not gonna lie, because I kind of like peaceful things. I don't like super busy, I don't like traffic, I don't like being stuck in a tube with like a million people.
That was the downside, definitely, of Dubai.
Yeah, and Qatar, I think, is a great balance of just a modern city,
like luxury,
nice people, luxury, but it was just so peaceful. Wherever we wanted to go, whatever time, there was no traffic, there was not just, there wasn't huge crowds of people, weather was amazing, prices weren't really that high. So I'd say Qatar.
Saying that, like 100%. Abu Dhabi was a nice mix
Abu
of
Dhabi
that
was
as well.
really great as well.
That was a nice place. I'd add that on.
I just think with Abu Dhabi it's really
list.
good, but if you go for like a week in Abu Dhabi, you'll be bored after like 3 days.
Yeah,
it's
it's more like a living place. It's not really a holiday place. Okay, let's do the next question.
The question that we get asked multiple times a day is, how did we meet?
Like, how did we meet? How should I find my life partner? I can't really answer for how should I find my life partner, but this is how we met. So we both went to the same uni and we was both actually in the same class. But I swear, like, I feel like everyone always thinks I'm lying when I say this. We did not speak to each other until we had to. Like, we never spoke to each other in the first year at all. And the second year, our second year was in lockdown. So it was all online. It was really, really difficult because imagine, like, you have to still do everything the same. We still had the same assignments people had the year before us. Like, we literally had all the work to do, but everything was online. And like, it was so weird because they used to say to us, oh, coming to online lessons is not the same as being in class. But as soon as the lockdown came, they were like, no, like, you still have to do everything the same. It's exactly the same. So anyways, I remember one lesson we had this online class, and some of our classes we were in the same one, some of them we weren't, but this one we was. And the teacher put us into breakout teams. So like, we didn't choose the breakout teams. He put me, Imran, and some other random person in the team. But I don't know, I don't know why, but I did not understand what this teacher was saying. Like, I didn't understand what was going on in that lesson. And then he told us to do something, like a little project or something.
Yeah, he told us to do something about what he taught us, but we had no idea what he said. So we put in our breakout group, we're like, does anybody know what he just said? Because I can't remember what he just said. Little did we know, the lecturer could see everything that was happening in the breakout group. So he put everybody back into the class and was like, X, Y, and Z said they don't know what's going on. Guys,
yeah, he started beating us. He was like, why don't you know what's going on? I just explained it.
And then he put us back in the breakout group without telling us what he said before. So then I was like, right, I can't say in the breakout group. So I think you texted me on Insta, and you're like, what did he just say?
Yeah, I think it was. I don't even think it was on Insta. I think it was. I didn't even have you on Instagram. This is how much we didn't know each other. I didn't even have him on Instagram.
Was it not on Instagram?
I messaged you on Teams, like on a private chat.
Teams. Yeah,
I didn't even
Teams.
know who he was. Like I knew his name, but we're not from the same place. Like we went to the same uni, but we're not from the same. Like I went to uni where my city is, and he like used to travel in. So I messaged him on Teams, and I was like, what is going on? I'm so confused. And then he was like, what did you say?
I said, I don't know. I said, I've got absolutely no clue what he's talking about.
But then he said to us afterwards, this was like a little mini thing to do in the class, and then he said to us afterwards, you need to be in like a group, you need to do a group project.
That wasn't close at that time, that was way after.
Was it?
Yeah, so what happened then, that was like somewhere around the start of second year, and then that was the only time we spoke for like months and months and months and months, and then right at the end, I think it was like one of our last assignments, we got put in like groups, but we actually get to choose that time, isn't it, what groups we're in?
Yeah.
And then me and one of my mates and Maureen, one of her mates, because we didn't know anybody in the lesson, I just knew Maureen from that one time that she sent me a message on Teams. So I was like, oh, should we just be in the same team? Because we literally didn't know.
Because the thing is at uni as well, like a lot of the people in your class will be international students, but it's like a lot of in our course there was so many international students. 85 to 90%.
But
they all used to speak to each other, and then there was like a few white people, and then a few like people from here as well. But like, I'd never spoken to them. I'd only spoken to this one girl, who I said like I was like, okay, like I spoke to him one lesson. Let's just be in a group together. So yeah, we was in the group from there, and that is basically how we met. Like this was in third year, and then we did our masters. Like we both did that together. We was in the same course because like from what we did, we basically did business and management at uni, and then for our masters course we had so limited options, so we ended up being in the same class for that. We did, what did we do for our masters? International business. That's what we ended up doing, and then that was like again like all the same lessons we were in. So yeah, that's how we met, and that's how we became friends, and that's how we knew each other. And then long story short, after we finished uni, like Imran went to my parents and, you know, asked them. What did you say?
What did I say?
When did that happen?
The 1st of January this month. This year, sorry.
Yeah, 1st of January this year. So then
I
he went to my
remember
parents.
because like I had them 2 days off work, so I thought it was the best time to go, and I've got 2 days off work. So we went, me, my mum and my dad we came to your parents' house. That was like, do you know what? Weirdly, I wasn't nervous.
I was more nervous for him to come. I don't know why.
Nervous.
I found it so embarrassing to say it. I was like, I want to get married. Do you know what I said? I literally said to them, I was like, can everyone turn around? I need to say something. And then I looked around, I looked like this, and I said, I want to get married. And then they're like, what? And then I said it loud. I was like, I want to get married. And then they were looking at me like, what? Why did you say it like that? Like, what the heck? And then, yeah, I told them, and Imran came over on the 1st of January, like New Year's Day, which was a good day as well, because again, everyone was off work, so, and like it was good for everyone to meet because everyone was free that day. So he came over, and then like everyone agreed, everything went smoothly, alhamdulillah. And yeah, so
doesn't matter, no more questions.
So yeah, that is all the questions. If you guys have any more questions for us, or if you need if you want advice or anything like that, we can make a part 2. So leave it in the comments, send us a message if you want to. You can follow us on Instagram,
we'll put it in the
and
description
TikTok.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah, let us know if you do want us to do a part 2, because we'd be more than happy to do that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and like this video, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.